Yeah, we should clarify a question that a few people had about what a shogeg is. We were discussing in our shiurim about the korbanos. Remember, we had to open up a shkagot a little bit, even though the halachas of shkagot, unwitting sins, they can be found not in the book we're studying. We're studying avoda, so shkagot is in korbanot. So we jumped ahead a little bit to see the types of korbanot that are brought for such a thing. So here's the clarification. Ben Noach, that's someone who is non-Jewish. The Rambam has standards for Bnei Noach. He brings them in Melachim Milchamos. It's in the 10th parak right at the beginning. He basically says Gentiles, for their sins, they're either liable or exempt, or they could be unwitting. Unwitting in that case, when he says shogeg, it means unwitting. He means that they had no intention to do anything wrong. And even then, if they killed someone, they know like no intention to do wrong still doesn't count. The point is, they really thought what they're doing is, they're aware of the sin, but they thought, yeah, but this one is not it. So the example he brings is uh, he had relations. I guess he came home somewhere, and he got into bed with a woman who it turns out wasn't his wife. He had no intention to do the wrong thing, and he is aware that adultery is a sin or other forms of let's say incest. So he had no intention to do anything wrong. That's a complete shogeg. But intention to do something that's actually wrong, but he just lacked the knowledge of the significance, or he lacked knowledge of the law. That's not an excuse. Fine. Now we talked about shogegim for Jews, for non-Jews. For Jews, when we say that someone is shogeg, let's say we gave examples, people who are shogegim with regards to Shabbos, Kashrus, Gilui Rayos, all sorts of other unfortunate sins. So that's we're not saying they're innocent. We're not saying that they're exempt from punishment. We're not saying they're piturim. A shkaga, a person who's a shogeg, the sin is called a shkaga. A person who's a shogeg is a type of chiyuv. He's chayav. He's not going to be punished with, let's say, skila, sreifa, harik, chenek, malchus, kares. That's not what it means. It means that he would have gotten such a terrible punishment if he had been completely aware. What's completely aware? Well, it's established he was aware because he had been warned properly by witnesses beforehand. That is, but if he didn't have this, so he is chayav still. It means that he has committed a terrible sin. It just he needs to atone somehow. They won't lash him. They won't put him to death. But it doesn't mean it's completely exempt. It means that something terrible has happened, and there has to be atonement for it. I think that some people took this. They didn't understand when I said that. For example, we were just discussing people who were involved in certain sins. So I said they're shogegim. They're not mizidim. Yes, mizidim are completely liable, but a Jew's shogeg for something still has a lot to fix. It's unfortunate. Our society still has a lot to fix. So you could go see that in the Rambam there. I recommend you're going to find these. It's very easy to learn Mishnah Torah for people who don't have enough time to study all the nitty gritty. And by easy, I mean it's still hard. It's just Rambam makes things easier. Look in there in Malachim in the 10th parak, and then of course in the whole halachas of shkagos. He talks a little bit about this in Hilchos Tshuva and also in Sanhedrin, okay, and the punishments. He describes Sanhedrin and the punishments they mete out, and there the Rambam explains the whole deal with what it means a kareth and lashes and all the other punishments and what and why they atone for things. So the bottom line is a shogeg. That's still not a good thing. It means that something needs to be fixed.